Discover brands redefining quality. Connect with industry leaders and innovators. Experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by ChannelOne TV with support from City FM. This is Ghana Exhibition 2026, celebrating Ghana, showcasing excellence. Confidence isn't about being the louder person in the room. It's about believing in yourself even when no one else does. Too many people spend their lives seeking validation from others, forgetting that true confidence begins from within. Join us on this inspiring episode of Lifeline as we explore what it really takes to build lasting confidence from the inside out.
Confidence does not come from applause from outside, neither does it come from external encouragement. It comes from within. This is Lifeline. Today, psychology is meeting theology to help you deal with your self-doubts and build confidence from within. When you believe in what you have, your competencies, your capacity, your ability, and your value, that is confidence. Even though it is natural to gauge yourself, to measure yourself based on the standards you see around you, you need to be careful. Scripture says, with patience, run the race that is set before you. There is a race set before you. Your life is unique. Your purpose is unique. So you need to focus on your life.
Lifeline is every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. only on ChannelOne TV. Were you at the 2026 edition of the Back to Your Village Food Festival? If not, then join us in reliving the entire festival through the Back to Your Village Food Festival playbacks. From the food to the music and to the cultural displays, we will take you back to your village, be it a Kan, in the south, or in the northern parts of Ghana. Experience it all over again with us this August by catching all the playbacks right here on ChannelOne TV. And if you missed the announcement the last time, make sure you look sharp next time. The Back to Your Village Food Festival was sponsored by Everpark, Trillium Ghana Limited, GB Foods, Didi Shito, National Petroleum Authority, EcoBank, and CBL Munchie.
Oh, hello and welcome to Scorecard on ChannelOne TV. I am Bernard Abekochu. Today we talk about a boxer who needed 1 minute 54 seconds to get into the quarterfinals of a 55 kg at the world stage. Your clubs are also busy. They are getting their friendly activities on, and there's a need to touch on that as well. Yes, your favorite club. We're going to talk about that. Our women, we say, have to win the next AFCON, which will be which has started already, and I'll be playing somewhat around the 29th of this month, about July. We'll get to tell you more about that, and most importantly, talk about why our swimmers were not able to get close to a podium finish. This is Scorecard on ChannelOne TV. We'll go for a short break and we'll get back in studio. I'll tell you about who is in the seats, and we'll be setting the ball rolling.
The copy the beer, the beer, you go like them. If you be rich, things try to look man, I'm buying club, okay, for that man. Hey, oh, it's on me. Hey.
Drink responsibly, not for sale to people below 18, not recommended for pregnant women and lactating mothers. Don't drink and drive. This advert is FDA approved.
You welcome back from the break. This is Scorecard on ChannelOne TV. I am Bernard Abeko. As I promised, we need to talk about a lot happening in sport. But before we start on the Commonwealth game, we're talking about your club, later. There's a number that pops up on your screen. Let us know what you want to get yourselves involved in, and also what you want to know about your club in terms of the transfers when we get there. But for Team Ghana, they are in Glasgow, in Scotland, for the Commonwealth game. Let's touch on that. But before I do, welcome, Ekwamwesi.
Thank you, Abi.
Let me see the name my producer wrote.
What are you going to look at?
Ekwamwesi, that's it. Ekwamwesi, you wrote Ekwamwesi. I would have gone back to mention the old one.
I beg you.
That's fine. How are you? You're great.
Okay, sure.
Good to have you. You're
Yeah,
fantastic.
sure.
You're
Of course,
fantastic.
yeah.
And we have Kobna Mafo also here. Kobna, how are you?
I'm good.
I love your
I'm
print.
good.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You went to church with it?
Yeah, I'm in church with it.
I'll be hard.
That's how married men dress, Charlie.
Okay, so he's getting that.
Hey.
That's what you say. That's important. But let's get talking, right? Team Ghana. So far, have you been impressed, with Team Ghana's participation? If I say participation, it'll be like we are not really appreciating the platform we are on. But I think we can talk about our getting athletes to hit a certain mark and gaining qualification into the Commonwealth Games. Are you pleased with our showing up there so far. This is day 3. We're getting to day 4. We'll get our athletics team also, racing. But first, are you impressed?
Am I impressed? I'll be on a more serious note. I sincerely don't think so. I've always had my reservations when it comes to such tournament competition, or however you want to describe it. It's a personal thing. I feel we don't pay much attention to some sporting disciplines. I feel we've not invested much, but whenever there is a tournament, a competition, we expect to go there and dominate. It doesn't work like that. It's not done anywhere. You mentioned I think tomorrow we'll go to what, day 4?
Yeah, tomorrow goes day 4.
Yeah, I think when I was coming this evening, I read a story where I think the tennis youth 15, they've won a gold so far. Yeah. And I had a chance to go through the medal table. And Ghana is not there. I think we now will have one, so we have to be there. And I was shocked to see even Papua New Guinea on the medal list. I mean, to sum it up, I don't think that I've been impressed. I've not been impressed, honestly. Of course, boxing too, we are doing well. And that is my only competition that I feel that we can do well, even though there are some question marks. Because even the coach has been there for some years now. And it feels like, I mean, without him, we can't even perform. And the last week I was asking my questions, should Coach Asari decide to retire? Who's going to take over? So I feel like we are not planning enough. We are not planning well. And that has been my major concern.
I listened to Dauda, and I've served as the public relation officer for the Ghana Blind and Sports Association in the past, right? And when I went in and had the opportunity to have discussion with President and the other guys, I was telling them that I feel what we lacking that will get our athletes competitive is exposure.
Yeah.
Exposure.
True.
To international competition, even if it is regional.
Yeah.
And it's happening in maybe the western part of Africa. We would have to get ourselves involved. If it's happening in the whole of Africa, we have to get ourselves involved. This sort of give the athletes that kind of exposure to be competing with the best among or on the continent. And it really gets them to explode when they get to this international platform, because they have familiarized themselves with all of this. I listened to President Dauda Mohammed for the Ghana Boxing Federation. Right. And he talks about exposure as well. Do you think with this exposure, we're able to go into the next? There's Olympics coming up also.
I think in Malta also.
Yeah. Would that give us that, shot at?
Yeah, I mean, exposure is key. I mean, you need to build on it going into the future. But then, I mean, let me just say this. We know there are some media guys in Glasgow at the moment. And this afternoon I spoke to one of them. And he mentioned something very, very key. What he's watched, he's not convinced, but he just hoped that the guys will be able to win at least a medal or some medals. So it tells you that when it comes to the international standard, sorry for my choice of word, we are not there yet. But then I feel that we can build on it. But the point is that until when are we going to say that we have gotten to the apex where we can compete and rub shoulders with some of the best countries? Because you can't always build on something. You need to get to a point where you can say that, listen, this is where I want to get to. This is where we can say that we are ready to battle with the rest of the world. I mean, with the rest of the best countries and all that. I mean, somebody is there watching them, and he confided in me and told me that, listen, Sam, I don't think that these guys I'm convinced about it, but I just hope that they'll be able to win something. So for me, I think the exposure thing is very key. We need to give them that necessary, that competition to build them up, and then to be able to compete up there. But for now, I mean, what I've watched so far, tomorrow day 4, from what I've seen, because we are all there to win medals. And that's a fundamental thing. We are all there to win something. The slogan of it's provided room for us to compete, for me, I don't buy that. We are all spending money. People will go there and win. What are you coming to show with the money that you've spent? So for me, I think that, I get it. We need to build. We all need to get the experience so that we will build on that. But I think that where we've got into, I think it's high time that we start to dominate. We start to win something. But I go back to my earlier point, and it all begin with proper plan and proper investment, and then getting the right personnel to compete in the various sports and disciplines.
That's important. And when he was talking, I was thinking through this. Look, he talks about proper investment. We hosted the African Games, right, won medals in, for example, what's the name of the discipline?
Weightlifting.
Osesi-based discipline.
I think weightlifting. Arm
Arm
wrestling.
wrestling.
Arm wrestling,
Arm wrestling.
and the likes. With what we did from the the African Games, and I covered boxing for that. I covered boxing and I think taekwondo and judo
Right.
during the African Games, and the kind of infrastructure raise. You spoke about that, in time past. Do you think that we've utilized that enough to our advantage going into these games, or the facilities are just not there like that? Because the Boteman Sports Complex, for example, for the Ghana Swimming Association, yes, they used it for a championship, I think a year ago or thereabout. But do you think all of this we have in the country is exposing our athletes enough on a positive trend, or you think it's rather not really exposing us and we are not utilizing it well?
The whole thing about this issue is about, if you are to be very frank, it starts with the federation. They trying to have convince ministries a lot, the Ministry of Recreation and Sports, to have to do a lot of investments in their in their federation and also in their sports, because one, the boxing is one key thing that we have to take serious. This was a discipline that years back we won our first Olympic medal through it, and after some few years Samotichi also came in to win another medal. So we should have taken this boxing federation of boxing discipline, sports discipline.
Yeah, it is boxing and athletics that's given us 66 medals in all the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, so they have to take it very serious. But unfortunately for us, the boxers, some of the boxers, like, they do well, they come in, they change management, and some of them don't want to. They have to raise their standard, and they feel like the money that the federation is kind of giving them is not enough. And we have to get a lot of exposure, as we said, because there's other tournaments that we can try and agree with the West African side, or the way the CAF or the football, they do Wafu Zone B. We can have this kind of zone, do some competition to
the zonal competition, I tell you, is there. Okay? Is there from my experience with, like what I cite, the Ghana Blind Sports Association, for example. There were regional games. Their struggle was to organize an internal game, i.e. in Ghana, where we'll have people from north, people from the southern part of Ghana, from Greater Accra, the central part, all competing and taking top talent that can represent the country as a national team for major tournaments, then at the regional level you speak of. So, I mean, I agree to what you're saying, but don't you just think that, look, we should then focus on infrastructure more? Because I know people I've been to the Bronx boxing gym, for example. I've done a report on some of the emerging talent in that space. But they have individual gyms. Can we just have a national boxing gym? It's too much. I'm asking too much.
I don't think
I don't think it's too much. Because this is a discipline that really does so well when they go into competition. So you have to really invest into them. And I always say you have to invest on things that you get a lot of returns in it. And we know that when we go to boxing, we go to athletics, we know how they do well. But we spend all our money on the football. That the last time Ghana won the AFCON, I wasn't even born. So that is another thing of all that. So that the discipline, the sports discipline that we are supposed to really have a lot of focus on it. We'd rather stay back. And I feel like sometimes the federation needs to also put a lot of pressure on the ministry, because when they don't do that, they'll just relax and just focus on what they have to do. And sometimes too, they don't have good progress. Some of the boxers don't have good progress because after the tournament, instead of they training this particular one that, this is our talent, let's keep him for the next 4 or 5 years. After 2 years, that's if we don't hear from him again, then the next tournament that we'll be having, we hear different sets of boxers also coming. So we don't have good development when it comes to boxing, and that is one key. Because when it comes to athletics, for the past, let me say 5, 6, 8 years, we've had very good development from the likes of Joseph Poamwa, Azamati. They've been there times, and that was very good progress. We see some development because in our last Commonwealth Games that we did, the last Commonwealth Games, it was Joseph Pohama who won us bronze in athletics. I remember so well. So since we were able to see something like that, we should just improve the same way we do for athletics. We should do the same thing for the boxing federation and make sure that the federation will be able to groom players or develop talent, because the boxer that's really qualified to the quarterfinals right now.
Amadou is
he's the deputy keeper for the for Team Ghana. I will not be surprised that in the next 3 years we will even forget about him. We will not. We'll not even remember him.
As for more, I will not let anybody, and I say on this platform, I will not let anyone forget about that guy. I met him at the Accra Sports Stadium. Okay, when he was acquainting himself with his boxing team, he tells me he was unable to make it into secondary school. Right? He speaks well though, but because there was no money to help him go through that route, so boxing is his life. This is when he was 17 or 18. There, boxing is his life, if not maybe younger, and he wants to go all out with boxing. If you get an athlete speak like that,
very determined.
There's little to do to get him to not even stardom, but to a professional boxer who earned medals for Ghana, and he's en route to doing that. Today, we had some event happening. Of course, boxing and swimming. So we had Ivan Snowden for 50-meter breaststroke, and Junilek Stacey as well, also for 100-meter freestyle. And for boxing, Mohamed Amadou, I speak of, for men's 55 kg in a round of 16, which he made it to the next phase of the competition, the quarterfinals of it. Nancy Bamfo was unable to make it in the women's 54 kg round of 16. And athlete Dede Jabate, who was also participating in the women's 57 kg round of 16, was unable to really make it in that fold. So for swimming, Unilek Stacey finished second in the heats, one of the women's 100 meters freestyle with a time of 1.00.94 seconds. So that was short of her personal best, and then she finished 43rd out of 64 who competed and missed out on the semi-final. And then there was Ivan Snowden, who also recorded 31.63 seconds in the 50-meter men's breaststroke, and that was short of his personal best. His personal best is 30.61, right, seconds. So he also finished 49th out of 58 positions. So he also missed out on the semi-finals in swimming. In boxing, Mohamed Amadou, who is in the 55 kg round of 16, gets to move to the quarterfinals of the competition. Also, Mohamed, I've had a chat with him. He's going in the ring again and then you have it on your picture, Mohamed Amadou, and how he was able to shape himself into the bout and having to finish off his marker in that grand style. He will be fighting on July 28th at 13:30. That's at 1:30 p.m. There-ish. He'll be boxing. And that's it. Nancy Bamfo was unable to get through to the next phase of the competition as well. So that's it. And Dede athlete as well. She also lost to Jasmine. That was via unanimous decision. So he also exits, and that's it. So among the 4 boxers that boxed today, it was Ahmad Mohamed who gets to the quarterfinals and will be fighting on Tuesday. I want us to advance the competition. There'll be athletics. Hold on. Right. There'll be athletics which will be coming up this week. So the 100 meters will be seeing Benjamin Azamati Botio and Rashid. What's his name? Saminu. Yes, all participating tomorrow in 100 meters. So this week in 100 meters. So we get to see that later on. That's on 27th of July, onwards. We get to see that a little before we zoom into. I want us to talk about the black ones as well.
A very quick one. Marfo made a point, and I think transition is very key.
Okay.
Because when he was talking, you remember Bukum Banku's son? Where is he now?
He's there, Tilapia. I interviewed him the last time when I went on
part of this squad.
Community kickoff.
He should be part of this squad.
But he was part of the African Games.
So he's had